Yeah.
As maybe like an alternative, is it a good idea to like maybe forgive that voice? I don't know, because that's kind of where I was kind of stuck too. It was like, I'm not that thankful for this voice.
Right. I mean, it depends. It kind of depends where you are. I mean, what's really important is you turn toward the inner critic, because what happens is, and this partly comes from part psychology, is like this voice is afraid of being shut down by us because it knows we don't like it and it knows we judge it. And then what happens is when we do that, if it gets like an entry into our consciousness, it takes over the entire system. And we actually can't access the more rational, the more caring parts of ourselves when this inner critic is taking over the system. It's okay. You're in a self-compassion workshop. And so the idea is when we can turn toward it and like hear its message, it feels like, okay, my message is going to be received. Because remember, this part of ourself is frightened. It's really frightened. It thinks like, I'm going to be extinguished or I'm going to die. From its point of view, that's what it's feeling. And so anything we can do to say, I listen, I hear you, I hear how you're trying to warn me. Maybe you aren't ready yet for thanking or forgiveness, but at the very least, I hear the message you're trying to give me. Got it, And then can you please allow some room for another voice? And that's really the problem, is if we don't do that, then it does take over the system and it shuts out all the other parts of ourselves, which could have a different way of looking at it. But eventually you could move towards forgiveness. One thing about forgiveness is you don't want to use forgiveness as a spiritual bypass. You always have to first feel the pain before you can get to the forgiveness. So maybe more time with just, feeling the pain it's caused and, oh, that's so hard, and really opening to the pain, and then maybe you can go to forgiveness.